Hi friends, this is Maggie. So this is it. This is finally done. My Inktober. I wanted to do the flip through as a live stream, but it just got crazy and I ended up having to do the last 5 drawings or 6 drawings all in a couple of days because I was so behind. So I decided that I was gonna go ahead and do it as a video, and then I'll think of something else for my next live stream. But this was fun. This was far better than the last one I did, just because I was able to apply the new techniques that I have learned, and also if I compare both, I used a bigger page and I was challenged myself to do it a larger drawing and painting and all that. So I want to go ahead and do a flip through. When I was working with this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this particular journal that I used for this Inktober 2012 and the good and the bad of it. I think it cost me, I think it was 16, no, maybe $14 or $11 in Walmart. It is the make is Graham Batcher Mixed Media. It's a 90-pound 185 GSM, and the paper worked fine, although it is not the 140-pound and or the press cold press or the 300 GSM, which is far better to work with watercolors, but it was really good. It really worked well, and it took most of the media. So I did a trial. I tried most of my medias here to see what would work, what wouldn't work. I used markers, which I didn't use markers because I wasn't very impressed with the way the page took it. Although it did take it, it bled. I don't like the bleeding, and maybe that's probably one of the reason why I shy away from it. But I did use everything else with the exception of the acrylic inks, and the reason why I didn't, I kept reminding myself to use the acrylic ink on one of the drawings or 2 of the drawings, but my organization is getting a little bit disorganized and I have my acrylic inks or tubes, I have them below some other stuff, and for me to go in there and reach out to them wasn't easy for me. So I just kept saying I'll do it next time, I'll do it next time, but I ended up finishing the book and not doing it. But it does take acrylic paints. So I started with I did 31 pages, and another thing that I wanted to do when I started this book was, other than the page worked well, I don't like this little, you can take the pages out and put them back in. So even without taking them out, the little dividers in here, they were bending, and I hate that, and I had to keep pushing them in. Some of them I had to use Scotch tape to hold them together because they ripped when I was trying to get the page out. So I decided that if this was not working, this type of format did not work, and I went and I purchased these little things. I wanted to take the pages out and create this journal using, I don't know how they call this, but I've seen them a lot. I don't know how they call this, the Happy Planner, medium discs. And then what you do is, I even went and I purchased a little puncher. You put these things in here like that, and then you get you get, you punch them and they come out like that, and then you put them inside the ring and you create your own journal. And the nice thing about this is it really opens flat, and you get to see, you have it completely flat because of the way you open the pages. So I was all excited. I cut out the papers. I was gonna design them, the watercolor papers, and then I was gonna use the laminator to create, this will be the cover, and then add all of my drawings in here. But when I did all this and I got all my stuff ready to do that, I realized, and when I thought about this, I was kind of halfway into my book. I realized that if I tear this page out, this is where you tear the page, I don't know if you can see it, but if you tear the page out and I use that puncher, hole puncher, I was gonna go right into the drawings. So I said, oh, this is not gonna work, because a lot of my drawings, they were big and they were very close to this part of the page here. So anyway, so that is, I will use it for the next time around, but I'm gonna have to put it together first and then start my drawings. All right, so this is day 1, fish. And I just thought about Nemo, and the reason why I use Nemo is because I wanted to use my neon acrylic inks. I really enjoy using them. I came back and I used them a couple of times. This was fun. They work well with the page. This is something that I don't go for, but this time around I was using it a lot, and I think I'm going to continue using it. I did have fun with that, so that worked out well. This one was done with, you see how when you open the page, you gotta be very careful because those things start tearing, or not tearing, but just bending inside. It's not good. I use Hema, the watch paint here, and I use my, if you see the shine to it, and this is day 2 Wisp. I use the watercolor that is metallic for that, or I'm lying, the gold. Actually, I think I didn't use that one because I don't have the white. I actually used this one for that. Then this one was bulky. This was just a little bit of watercolor, I think, and I try to use the coloring pencil. Not one of my best, don't like it too much, but at least, it's the first time I do try to draw some muscles and stuff like that. So this was good practice. So some of them I'm not 100%, I don't like them that much, but it was good for practice. This is number 4, Radio. This was watercolor, and I used something here to, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's shining. That's day 4 Radio. I can't remember what I used here. Next time I'm gonna write in the back what inks I used. So anyway, that's page number 4, day 5, Blade. And I knew he wasn't gonna look anything like the X-Men, but the idea of the Blade and someone that looks just kind of like him. But it was fun. It was fun because I don't usually draw or color any male. I normally do female, and this was good because I was practicing, and and it came out pretty good in the sense of creating a man, and drawing a man and coloring a man. So this was a combination, I think. No, this was done with the watch too. Day 4, Rodent. And the original one I saw a picture on Pinterest. The original one was like round, but I wanted to use colors, and I really like the outcome. I really like this to add colors, like this was brown, I used a lot of reds and pinks, and this was like gray, and I used blue and stuff like that just to add colors to it. So that was fun to do. And then this one was fancy, and I couldn't think of anything but shoes. And this was, oh my goodness, this one was, to get the dimensions and everything on this was a little bit hard, but it was practice. It was paying attention to my lines and how I go and how make sure that, you know, everything was lining up. So this was a good practice too. I used the inks, and then I think I used watercolor and or the gouache in the back, and so that was fun. So again, that's practice again. This was a photo, and it was teeth, day number 8, and he has no teeth. So this was all watercolor. This was fun to work on, and again, this was a boy, not a little girl, so that was good. It was a challenge to do something a bit different. She is all done with, this is day 9 throw, which is what she has around her. I used inks for her, even the skin color and everything was inks. This was Hope. This was all done with gouache, and then the white highlighter, or the this pen here. I started with white watercolor, but then I wanted to be more bright, and I came back and I did the lining around it. This was Disgusting. It's a roach on a little shell here saying hello. And I was working to do, I always have the same mouth, and here was good because I had to do a little bit of the teeth and change the style of the mouth to show that face of, you know, when you're like, ugh, disgusting. This was Slippery. This was, I think this was Watch that I used for this one. But it's funny though, he looks somehow, he does look like my son Frank, Franco TV. So I thought that was cute. Again, this was someone falling. I mean, it really takes you out of your comfort zone. This is day 13, Dune, and I guess this was from a series or show or something like that, a cartoon or something, and so I worked on her. This was Armor, and this one too, when I was all done with her, I realized that something was not right here, so I had to come back and kind of fill it in, you know. So you kind of, sometimes when you draw something and then you come back, you realize, wait, that's not right, something's not right there. So this was an Outpost, day 15, the Racketeer. This Rocket is the prompt, day 16. I used watercolor, and this was nice because before adding the color, it was just the shades were created with lines, so I was using more of a black and white ink, and then when I was done with the black and white ink to create the shadows, he looked pretty good. But the picture that I was using for this had color, and I love the colors. I like how they blend the orange, the yellow with the green, and then I came back and I said, oh no, I need to add color. I'm not a big fan with just black and white ink in the shadowing, although I seen amazing work out there, but it's not something that I like to do, or I like to, you know, that I like. So I came back and I added color, and I actually love that. I think I'm gonna do it more often, where you use the ink to create the shadows and all that, and then come and slap some some watercolor on it, and you get that. This was fun too. This was I even used for this one to create the highlights in the water. I used this for the little tip of the water. I left a lot of white blank spaces. I used the masking fluid to cover some areas, and then, you know, but this was nice. This was I really enjoyed doing that. This one is Storm Date, day 17, Trap, and you're trapped by an eagle. And this was fun too. And then this one's day 19, Dizzy, and I her eyes are supposed to go everywhere, and before I added the color, her eyes looked real crazy, which was fun. That was my intent, but then I kept adding colors and working on the eye, that even though if you can see one is here, one is there, she still looks pretty. And then this here, I just wanted to add something else to the page. I didn't want to just draw the body, so I came in and I used the washi tape and splashed some watercolor here, and so I cheated a little bit. It's not the whole ink on it. Here is coral, and it was more of her hair using coral. I started adding a lot of highlights and kind of lost a little bit of the brightness of the coral, but you know, it was good. I was happy with that. This was, I wanted to just kind of, part of the season, have all these leaves around her, but she's supposed to actually be sleeping in a sofa. This is the back of a sofa, but sometimes when you look at it, it looks like it's her arm, but it's not. It's the back of a sofa. And then she's got all these leaves around her. It's called Sleep Day 21. This was done with inks. Yeah, this was done with inks. I had fun with this one. I did the sketching of the man, and then I came in and I add color. So this was fun to do. This one I like, because this one I had to really work on the clouds and use a lot of the shades just to create that storm look. And then not a storm, but it's actually a tornado, and you know, heading out to the house, rip the house apart, you know, which is not a good thing, but anyway. But this was fun to just create that and work on the sky. It was really fun to work on this one. This one was Dick, and trying to plant some flowers. And this is my dog Nala, and she's sitting there every time I'm working on, and she's always there when I'm doing my full-time job. And every time I'm going to take a break, I set up an alarm, and I said, set the alarm. And the minute she hears the word set alarm, she opens her eyes like she's ready, and she gets up and run away. So I took a picture of her, and I went ahead and I colored her. I drew her and colored her, and this is watercolor. And then one of the things that I have not done in the past was to create the shadows on that sheet that's around her, and just so you can see the folding of it. And it was good. That I've never done it, and I sat there and I'm like, I don't think I can do this, and I kept trying, and I know the more I keep doing it, the better I will get. I call it my faithful buddy. The prompt was Buddy Day 25, because she's always there with me all the time. Then this was Hyde, and this is from that movie, the Three Witches. I don't know the name of it, but she's that singer that did the movie, and she's kind of behind a tree hiding, holding a pumpkin again for the season. And these are the new ones that I didn't do a video. These are the ones that I was trying to catch up. This is when I really got behind. So I did this one, color, drew it, and paint. And you know, from this point on, I was trying to catch up. So I didn't do any videos on this one. This one is music, and I kind of did it mystic. If you can see, the piano disappears, or the keyboard disappears in the back, kind of, and then you got this stuff going around it, just to do something a little bit different. And also, I was having a challenge too. I wanted, when I was drawing this, and I had it all done, I just didn't like the way it was, the way my drawing came in, and it came out for the keyboard, and I had her too much blending here. So I said, no, let me do something around her. So I decided to just throw all these colors around her. Music, Day 27. And then this one is Float. This was nice. This one, it was fun, just do the whole page in black. I drew her and color her. This is all these pages at the end are watercolor, because I was trying to catch up. And so I got her floating. I was working on my shades, and again, the lines here, I do like more the lines that I did for this one than this one. Didn't work so well here, but anyway. So this one is Float, Day 28. This one I like. This one is also, again, watercolor, shoes, Day 29. And so I like that one a lot. And then this one is a lady praying, and it was just basic. If you notice, it's just it's like her head is pretty big, and I knew it, and I just wanted to keep it like that. I thought it was kind of nice, but I was able to spend some time on the hands. She's kind of holding her hands like that, and just to try to get, because I really need to work on hands to make sure it's a little difficult to do hands. And then the very last one is curl day. That's me saying I'm done. Going over a hill, because this was it was intense, but it just did help me with my skills and all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm planning to do a live stream. Just wanted to do it with the project so we can all have fun, and thank you so much. Bye.